Welcome back to another adventure in the shop. Today we're going to talk about storage and design. One of the things I see really popular on YouTube and across the internet right now is people selling plans for basic stuff. And I don't understand why anybody buys it. Now, if you're buying a plan to support a creator, hey, that's great. But you don't need those plans, and you don't need to learn fancy software or any software at all to design furniture, storage, cabinets, whatever. It's as simple as a pencil and a piece of paper and a few triangles if you want to get fancy. So we're going to go through that with a project today. As you can see behind me, I got a mess. The storage has evolved over time in my shop, but I keep needing more and more, and I'm sure you do too. It seems to be everybody's looking for storage solutions, so I'm going to show you one today. When I first started, I built a few shelves, attached them to the wall, and they worked great. But now I've got tons and tons of fasteners. I've got some cabinets for fasteners. They're full, and I need more space. I dedicated a drawer to sandpaper, and it's full. And as you can see up here, there's more sandpaper. I got sanders. I got planers. I need some place to put all this stuff that's a little bit more compact so I can stuff more things in it. As you can see, there's a lot of wasted space right here. And so we're going to design and build a cabinet. Probably in this video, we'll get the design done. We'll see how it goes. Next video, we'll build the thing. That's what this wood is sitting here for. We're going to use this for our cabinets and a bunch of scrap pieces that I've got. So I hope you decide to follow along, and let's talk design. Okay, see if we can make this work. I want to show you guys how I do design. I took some basic measurements to give me my maximum length, my maximum height, my maximum depth, and where I want the bottom shelf to end up. So now we can kind of just sketch it out. I mean, we're basically going to do a cabinet like that, put some legs down here, probably put one in the center to support it, and then we're going to do drawers. We're going to do, I don't know how many, some drawers across like this, and drawers across like this. And that's what it's going to look like. But we want to do something a little bit better than this. So let's get a piece of drawing paper. And let's try to get one that's why do they keep ripping right there, huh? Cheap Walmart stuff. Take that out. See if we can get one out of here. Yeah, not bad. And we'll set it here. I've just got a scrap piece of plywood. It was pre-finished, so works pretty well. It's got one straight edge. You don't have to worry about it being square because we're going to do everything, work off this left edge with a T-square. So we'll set our T-square, set our paper to it, get some little pieces of tape here. Get it taped down. Like that. Now let's do a baseline for our base, and we're just going to come all the way across. We're not going to do this to scale. Now, the trick is to use a triangle. Then we can come up like this, and we can do some sides. Make sure we're tight here so that everything's square. And we'll come up about there on the line across. That's going to be our cabinet. Now, our first shelf will be 10 inches up. So we'll say 10 inches is about right there. And we'll dimension this for 10 inches. Now, our drawers, I did some preliminary figuring. My sandpaper is, I use 5 and 6 inch. I don't necessarily want to do a bunch of little 6-inch drawers. So I'm thinking I can do a double drawer. But I need to figure that. I got 6 and 6, 12 inches. Then I'm going to do, say, 1/2 inch sides. So that's going to add 1 inch. 1/2 inch in the middle gives me 1.5. And then we're going to do telemarketers, hate them. So that gives us our 3 1/2-inch spaces for our sides. We're going to need probably 1/2 inch on each side of the roll, so that's another 2 inches. And then I'm going to do the bottoms are going to stick out 1/2 inch to go in slides. That'll be done like that. And we're trying to figure this dimension, or this total dimension. So that's another inch. Say 1.5 inches. So that means 12, we got 1 inch, carry the 1 up there, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that means the distance between needs to be 17 inches. So these sides, these 3, or the sides at least, are going to be 3/4 inch plywood. So we got 3/4 inch plywood on one side, and then 1/2 inch on the other side. So we got 3/4 inch, then we got 17. We got 17. And then we got a 1/2. And then we want to do it, keep them consistent, so we do 17. And then a 1/2. $17 and a 1/2. 17 and a 1/2. Remember, our maximum width length 90 inches. So basically, if we divide 1790 by 17.5. So 0.0. So we move the decimal place over. 175 into 90 goes 5 times. So 5 times 5, 25. 5 times 7, 35, 37, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. 875 instead of 90. So 87.5 inches. All right, 75 gives us a remainder of 25. So we get 5 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's see if we can figure this out. Like I said, nothing's to scale. I don't need to worry about it. Now to go height-wise, we need 6 inch. Probably want to be an inch deeper than that, so we want to be 7. 7.5 or 7.5. And our maximum height is 46 divided by 7.5. So we move the decimal over 1, 75 into 460, or 750 into 460. Is that right? So 35, so about 5 that way. 25, 2, 35, 36, 37. 375, so that's 5. 9. 9.5. We do 5. 37. We go 6. So let's do 6. So that's 30. 3, 42, 45. There we go. So 6. 6 times 7.5 is 0, 3, 42, 45. So our total height's going to be 45 inches plus 3/4 and 3/4 or 1.5 inches. 45, 46.5. And what did we say our width was? 17.5 times 5. 5 times 5, 25. Carry the 2. 35, 37. Carry the 3. 5, 6, 7. 87.5 plus 1.5 inches. 9, so 89 inches. So there's our total overall width, 89 inches. Our maximum was 90. Pretty good. Total height, 46.5. Our max height was 46, but I left it a little bit shy just in case, so we can make that 46.5. So now we just need to do 6 going up this way. So we'll do it there. Do it there. Do it there. Do it there. And do it there. And there's our cabinet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we get 30 drawers. We know we're inside to inside is 17 inches. So, well, let's do this. So this one, recorder, 1/2. One half. And there we go. And that's my design process. That's all I really need to get started. I know my depth is 16 inches. And I can start breaking down some plywood. And remember, we're not putting shelves across like this. We're just going to put cleats so that our drawers can slide out and just stack in there. So there we go. I hope you guys enjoyed that. And there's our cabinet. Not perfect. Doesn't need to be. You don't need computer generated images to figure out how to draw and build something. This basic stuff. You know, you're getting into real fancy stuff and very intricate. Yeah, you might, but you know, I found a lot of times with that stuff, you're better off starting with the basic frame and then figuring the rest out as you go. Dimensioning isn't always exact. You know, let's face it, our tools don't cut that perfect. So we take dimensions and measurements as we go so that everything fits together as perfect as we possibly can. I hope you enjoyed my little drawing design tutorial. We'll do some more of this as we build some more projects, but for now, I'm going to go cut some plywood and get started on my cabinet to go over the bench to hold my sandpaper and my bolts and a lot of my small items. Looking forward to it. We're going to use some plexiglass that I got off of a job to build some partitions in some of these drawers. A lot of the plywood is leftover stuff. So we're going to do this as cheap as we possibly can and have some fun doing it. If you enjoyed this and you want to see the rest of it, smash that subscribe button, hit that bell, and set up the notifications so that you'll know when the video comes out of the actual build of this thing. And have a good week, guys.